lead all the business stuff there. We took it from 0 to $350 million a year. In 3 years, took it public, and that was a good thing. And then I went and became CEO of a Summit Partners Lazard company called MCK. I took that over, took that from 0 to, very lucky, right place, right time, but intuitive feeling about the product. Took that to $100 million in less time, 24 months, took that public. And then I'm like, okay, screw it, I'll take a year off. And then Lazard's like, well, your deal just returned our entire fund. And so why don't you open up the Boston office for us? I'm like, cool, man. I'll do that. Lazard, like 30 Rock, 30 Rock. Lazard was an esoteric private bank where rarefied people did rarefied things. Like when you go up to the Rainbow Room, there's senators and congressmen and probably a Chilean guy there, and you see, set according to rank and all that. And you couldn't put art on the wall because if it wasn't Picasso, why hang it? And I did that, and they actually changed. They became an M&A bank. They got taken over, and then I went to a firm called Prism, which I'm still at, kind of, and that's been 10 or 12 years. And most recently, I've joined LaunchCapital, and LaunchCapital is a family office of a very wealthy family, the Pritzkers, one of the wealthiest families in the country, maybe the world, I don't know. And that family office, my job is to find deals, well, really anywhere, but mostly Boston, and early stage deals where we go deep with companies where we'll go in 30, 40, $50 million deep. So I'm the luckiest guy in the world because every day I'm a super hard worker. I'm the 10, 12 appointment a day guy and a dinner after that. And every day I get to see like exciting, super cool companies. So I don't know how all that happened, but that's 35 years.
Great story. Great stories. Lots of stories in there. All right, so a lot of the crowd is startup founders, people working at early stage companies. What tips could you give to them about getting the company started and getting some traction?
Well, I'll tell you two things. So you got to play to win. So when I was working at Lotus, I was working for the CEO, and this is like we call it the 18-inch shrimp days, flying around the world first class in suites and Four Seasons. I had a $120 million budget. They cut your budget 1%. You're like, oh man, that's killing me. And I went to a startup, right? And big pay cut and all that. First thing I had to do is go to my wife. My son was just born, and you need that endorsement. And she said to me, go live your dream. The boy doesn't really need much. Well, she was wrong there, but when he was little, he could sleep in a bureau drawer. So the first thing is you got to play to win. The second thing, no question about it, you have got to love your product. You can't love a business model. You can't love something that you viscerally can touch and feel. And I'll go through every one of my wins and the people who love those products and live with it. And I'll tell you about all my failures about people who didn't know their customers and didn't know the nuance because they didn't love their product. That is thing one. And then you've got to have the, I'm gonna win, so help me God. Right now, here's the thing. When I give this speech over at Harvard like every year, like why there's no MBAs in sales. It's a good question, right? Sales is like the only career that doesn't have a major. I believe, right? So they do this analysis of the cost. You people are at the 98th percentile of strategic thinking, and you're the 1 percentile of risk taking. Why is that? Riddle me that. Why aren't all these geniuses who want to get in these businesses risk taking? I'll tell you why. Because you are screwed fundamentally because in today's life, you've got to make enough money during your life to have your life and your retirement. You can't go work for AT&T 20 years, get a pension, and be Patty Duke or whatever, right? So it's a lot. And what people don't think about is all these careers. What they really are is 4 to 6 year careers. But everyone wants the answer for everything all at once. You got to recognize kind of where you are, right? And like how much failure can you tolerate? You get told no, and you got to go home and mope. Some people do. So those really, the two requirements. And then probably trumping all of those is the team that you build. I'm so proud of the teams I have built over my life. If I add them all up, maybe 40, 50 people, direct reports to me, 90 to 8% of them better careers, than me, more successful. Certainly, they're all smarter, and they each bring their own thing. It's like a band, You can't have 5 people playing guitar, right? Someone's got to play the bass. Someone's got to play the drums. You put it all together, and things happen. And what happens a lot, especially with you smart people, I would just go with everyone's smart because where I sit, they all are. And this always happens in interviews. Oh, well, he's really smart. I'm like, well, who gives a shit? I mean, honestly,
Didn't get anything done.
I mean, every time I wish I had a Harvard MBA, I hire one. I don't know. But it's not smart people doing well together. It's people when you add together their strengths, you become strong. That is fundamentally, a key here.
All right, we give a lot of experience about funding. So what's the thoughts about how should startups approach funding? There's a lot more options available today than there have been in the past. So what's some thoughts about thinking about over time?
What's that?
Just how to
funding's funding's totally different, everywhere. So it begins like this with asset allocation, right? No one's going to make any money in stocks and bonds anymore, so more money comes into this kind of asset class called alternative investments. The things you know most about alternative investments are venture capital and private equity. A lot of that money goes into venture capital. I mean, the stock market this last 6 months is a little bit wacko, but I don't think anyone's going to make 5-10% in stocks and bonds next year, and people want to make money. So lots of money comes into that category, which is kind of good and bad. You don't really need that much, but what's happening is the big firms have gotten much bigger. Now, on the other hand, for smaller firms, obviously some good things have happened, right, Don? Some good things. Lots of good things. Well, the first thing that's happened is you can start money on the cheap. You got web services. It used to be $5-10 million to start a software company. 21 people. We could map out the position, the milestones, what to do, when you do it, who does it. Now you can start for cheap. So that's good for you. And then how do you get started? Well, I guess everyone's a venture capitalist because there's friends and family around, so you go screw your friends and your family, and you get that money. Now what? Now, so I just told you the bigger firms, are getting bigger, so there's less capital available for, I guess it's called the A round. I don't even know what it means. I sit through all these pitches. Oh, now I'm ready for an A round. I'm like, riddle me that. What's an A round? I don't know. We like to start at F. Just skip all that stuff. So all this money has become available in what you would call angel money, which is, by the way, not really that angelic. But that angel money exists because so many people in companies have made a lot of wealth. Like I was at SFO like a week after Facebook went public, and I swear to God, there's 50 geeks reading Investing for Dummies. I'm like, OMG, this is